What's going on, everyone? It's Dewey here, and it is actually March 29th, 2026. I'm over here at Jim's place, and we got a little update on the Pietenpol. The last Pietenpol video we did, it was still no gear on it. It was on the ground, and I don't remember if it had any covering on it. So anyway, it's been a long day. I've been out working in the yard. It's springtime, and one day it's 75 to 80. Next day it's snowing. So we're kind of getting ready to start mowing grass, and that's what I've been doing today. So anyway, I'm going to turn this camera around and let you see what's going on with this awesome looking Pietenpol. All right, here it is. And like I said, I can't remember exactly what the last video was. I think maybe it was covered, maybe it wasn't. But Jim has been repairing it. This airplane was built in 1970, and then in 92 they were out flying, and Dick had a engine failure and had a hard landing, and it actually broke the gear out. And from the previous videos, pretty much this bottom right part of the fuselage was kind of really messed up, and the airplane flipped over upside down. They just found out that the wing spars are broken, so they're going to be repairing the wings, and that's what they're in the process of doing right now. But Jim is pretty much done with the fuselage, as you can tell. I'll get a little bit closer and more detailed here. If you ever watch the $1 Pietenpol videos I've done, I think I have 2 of those, and I'll put a link up. But this airplane is built pretty much like to plans. It looks just like a Pietenpol should look. Here's the gear. The gear was, broken off the bottom of the airplane. It was messed up. This is not, these are just, temporary, but this would have bungees, for the suspension. The tires here, pretty much Cub tires. There's no brakes. When you're flying off of grass, you don't need brakes. And, they keep the airplane light and very authentic by doing that. Grass is really good for no brakes. If you're flying an airplane and you have to land with no brakes on an asphalt airport, well, it's going to be some problems, more than likely. Here's the cowling. It was really beat up from the last video. What Jim did, he saved pretty much whatever part that he could on the cowling and the front section here and part of the instrument panel. But Dick wanted to keep as much as he could to keep it kind of original and authentic. I think Jim did an amazing job. If you go back and look at the previous video, a lot of this metal was really bent up and buckled and things like that. So Jim put a patch in here, you can see. But, it's a home-built, amateur-built, home-built, whatever. It's not going to be perfect, but it's going to be safe. I was talking about this here. This is where the Model A would set. And Jim already has, looks like some rubber. I guess it'd be a plate for it. Keep the vibration down. Put a firewall in. I'm not sure if it had a firewall like this. I don't think it did. I don't think it had a metal firewall. I think it was just wood. But Jim put a new sheet metal firewall in it. Covered it. Here's the instrument panel here. Like I said, your feet would go through these holes here to the rudder bar. Here's the control stick. Looks like everything's built to plans. If you get any burner Pietenpol plans, this is exactly what it would look like. Jim has a cushion in here, kind of thick cushion. Dick was a little bit shorter guy, and so if you're a little bit shorter, you could probably get by with a thicker cushion. But if you're have any height to you, you're going to have to pretty much go without a cushion. Here's the rudder bar, what it looks like. And then there's a couple rudder pedals up front. No brakes, like I said. Everything is, the front stick is attached to the rear stick here. And they have a bolt here where you can pull this out if you want to take the control sticks out. And which, if you're flying around, this is a air camper. If you're flying around, you can put a tent. You can strap in a tent here in your duffel bag. And, if you wanted to take your control stick out, you could actually unhook your rudder pedals with the rudder bar there, and then you would actually have a lot more room even down on the bottom of the floor here. It really is a kind of fun airplane because you can go out and land in a field and go camping. There's the back of the instrument panel. Look how basic it is, huh? No electrical. And I'm using a cell phone here to do all this recording, but here's everything's coming out. The control cables are coming out of the fuselage. Here's the tail skid. Very basic. Just welded tubing with a spring. And that is your tail skid. The skid part that you can't really see, they have like a little shoe on here, so you can actually grind it down. You can weld on another little piece, anything like that. Here's the flying cables for the elevator. It's what the control horns look like. All this is really some flat metal, and you fold it over each other or weld them. There's a weld on the front and the back. I started building one of these probably over 15 years ago, and I got the fuselage all framed up and the tail feathers. And then my job changed, and I sold the airplane. Here's the throttle. Didn't get that in there earlier, but that will be hooked up, going through the fuselage there. It's a beautiful looking airplane. Can't wait to fly it. Here you go. This is where the aileron cables come through. So they hook down right in front of this piece of wood here. It hooks to the control. I can show you. Right there, the ailerons hook to that, and then they come right up through this hole here, and then they go up into the wing, and that's your ailerons. Anyway, this is it. This is the newest update to the Pietenpol Aircamper that's being restored or rebuilt after, 1992. That's, 33 years ago, when it was put away in a hangar. And so hopefully maybe I don't think this year they'll get it flying, but maybe next year it'll be up and flying and you get to see it putting around out here. All right. Until then, blue skies.